Hi everybody, Simon Keeling here. It's Tuesday 14th of February, Valentine's Day of course, and I don't know whether you'll love the weather today. It looks like it should get a little bit milder, so at least it'll warm your heart a touch. Oof, God, so smooth on this. I could almost do this for a job, couldn't I? Anyway, what I wanted to show you, excuse me, first of all today is the 7 to 10 day mean of the 500 millibar flow. So this is from next Tuesday through to the following Friday, and we've got the ECMWF on the left here, we've got the GFS on the right, and the two are actually quite similar. We've got a trough off southern Greenland look on the ECMWF and on the GFS, with this weak ridge building through the British Isles and across western parts of Europe, indicating that we can have a fair amount of confidence in what the models are saying. GFS does make more of the jet stream across the Atlantic and through the UK, less of it on the ECMWF, with the ECMWF opening up the jet stream across us, but generally what these both are hinting at is high pressure to the south and the more unsettled conditions probably passing to the north of the country. The North Atlantic Oscillation picks up quite nicely on this westerly flow, this changed flow. You might remember over last week this has been negative, but now we've gone positive, which means that the westerly winds are stronger across the Atlantic Ocean, so tending to be able to blow that milder weather into the country. But what I want you to notice is this dip that takes place, look, into negative territory during the latter part of the month. That may have implications later on. Then the Arctic Oscillation is shown bouncing around the neutral level, but it does dip, look, into negative territory later, and that hints at colder air being able to get off the pole. So the question becomes, is there a chance of some colder air returning perhaps the end of the month into the beginning part of March? I'll investigate that further in just a moment. This is how we see it developing though over the next few days from the ensemble model, and this is from the site that you're on now. Go to the top of the site, click on weather charts, and then come down the left here to the GFS ensemble, click on rain, and it brings these charts up for you. Now the time of these charts is in the top right hand corner, so we'll play through them over the next few days. And there's today with high pressure off towards the west, look. Then by midnight tonight, still the same, generally dry conditions, perhaps one or two showers for northern and western parts of Scotland. Through Wednesday, looks as if it's dry with a northwesterly flow, just a chance for shower catching eastern coast, but generally many areas are dry. And that's the position as we get through in towards Thursday too, although by then, look, this weak front is starting to edge southwards through Scotland into Northern Ireland, and then overnight it gets through northern England before clearing away from southern England during Friday. Now, through Friday it looks as if it should be dry to the south, but some outbreaks of rain to the north and to the west. But then on Saturday, a more active front spreads eastwards. You'll notice here, look, the low pressure up towards the northeast of Scotland, and this west to northwesterly flow, bringing cooler conditions across all parts of the country. Showers to the north and the west, these turning increasingly wintry over the hills during the course of Saturday. But the cooler weather that will affect all areas is probably only short-lived, and I think by Sunday most of it is cleared away, although Scotland and Northern England could still feel pretty cool. I think for the south though, on Sunday it's a dry day, it's brighter, but look, we've got these outbreaks of rain coming in from the west later on through Saturday, overnight into Monday. And for Monday itself, I'm suspicious that Monday could actually turn out to be quite a dull day, quite a cloudy day, some outbreaks of showery rain across many parts of the country, and the cold weather eventually clears from Scotland. Overnight to Tuesday looks as if we become into dry conditions with some sunny spells through Tuesday, but cloud tending to increase through the day as a front edges eastwards, brings cloud and some outbreaks of rain through Tuesday from the west. And then on to Wednesday, well, it looks as if the rain again becomes confined more to Scotland as high pressure builds into the south, look, and many of these southern areas look as if they will be staying dry right the way through the early part of next week. So I think really we have got some fair conditions to come as we get into the excuse me, into the early part of next week. But high pressure then tries to get back in towards the end of the week, and this may well bring some milder conditions late on. However, as I said earlier, we've got this question mark over whether we do see cold weather trying to get a second nip at the country during the latter part of the month, early part of March. And I have a suspicion that that could be the case. Let me show you why. This is the predicted temperature from the ensemble model. Follow the red line here. This is the predicted temperature. Here is this week, look, with the temperatures rising. Then they take a dip look into the weekend, 4s and 5s as maximum temperatures through Sunday and Monday. Then a slow rise middle of next week, and then they come off a little bit down to sort of 7s through the middle to the end of next week. But look, there's a definite downward trend at the end of next week into the early part of March. Now that's just for London. If I show you the chart for Glasgow, you'll see it's a similar sort of pattern, but they are much colder there through the weekend, because this cold weather this weekend will really hit Scotland more than anywhere else. And then, look, they never really recover, 4s and 5s in Glasgow through to the end of the month. And you can't really detect the dip there, but I'm wondering if it is going to be there. And perhaps it won't be the end of February, perhaps it's going to be early March, so 2nd, 3rd of March. And I wonder if the southeastern corner, so East Anglia down through the southeast, could get winter, just nip back again. Now, I don't think it'll be to the level that it was last week, so certainly not -15s by night and getting above freezing a day. I think by day we could be looking at 3s and 4s, by night perhaps -2s, -3s. But I wouldn't just rule out this risk across southeast England, getting back into that cold air, perhaps the 3rd or the 4th of March. Elsewhere, I think it could go cooler at that start of March. Clearer skies by night leading to frosts, daytime temperatures 5s and 6s, probably just below normal for the time of year, but certainly not cold. Cool seems to be the way it will go. So there we go, milder over the next few days. Get ready for a cool weekend. Then we're around normal to just below normal next week, but then we do have to have this watch over the early part of March. Hope that's been useful for you. As always, the site's kept free of charge by the advert you see around the screen. If you see an advert you like, click on it, go through to the advertiser. It generates revenue for us and shows the advertiser that you're interested in what they're doing. So thanks again for watching, and keep the sun shining.